Hi all and welcome to this video. I'm Waldemar, chess trainer and teacher. So for today on the menu is falsification exercise number 7. But before we go there, we take a look at number 6. And I left you in this position with the question white to move. What would you play? Would it be bishop to e5 or rather knight to e5? Well, the correct move is bishop e5, hitting black's queen. And after black moves away his queen, white can continue in a number of ways, but most importantly he's not in any danger. After knight e5, however, this move can be invalidated if you do the proper falsification. So let's see where black can actually hurt white, and in order to get a good picture we always take a look at the weaknesses. So we have this unprotected bishop on b2. We have the knight on e5, which is in balance. It's attacked once and it's defended once. So in balance means target, weakness. Yeah? And also important, not technically speaking immediately a target, but the queen is also looking here at this h2 square. So in a way the knight has moved into a double pin, right? Now how can black make use of it? Well, targets need to be targeted, right? Weaknesses need to be attacked. So that's what black does with this move, knight g4. And now all of a sudden the target on e5 is attacked no less than 3 times, right? And it's only protected once by the bishop on b2, of course. But not only the knight is attacked, excuse me, also now the pawn on h2, technically speaking, has become a target. So it's very tricky now for white. What should he do? Probably the best move is d4. Try and hang on to the knight on e5. But of course, fortunately, this just simply costs a pawn, and this in itself already invalidates the knight f3 to e5 move. After knight takes e5, d takes e5, bishop e5, and further exchanges on e5, black simply has won a pawn. He also has the better minor piece, the bishop versus the knight. Bishops are normally, statistically speaking, also in this rather open position stronger than knights. So he has all the winning chances and everything to play for. But still, this is white's best try after the strong attacking move knight g4. There is an alternative, you might think, but knight takes g4 is even worse. This does take the knight, and since the knight is gone, also now the threat against h2 is non-existent. But of course the knight was on e5 pinned also in another direction. So black now takes the bishop on b2 and he has gained the bishop pair. Not just bishop for knight, but also, if we take a look at the complete picture, he is now up the bishop pair, and white only has 2 rather measly knights which do not really have any strong outposts in the center. Last but not least, black is also hitting the rook now, so really rook b1 is the only move. And now after bishop c3, white still has targets where black can try and hurt him. There is the knight on d2, which is in balance, attacked once and defended once. There's also now this knight, which is unprotected even. It's hit by the bishop. And if we take a close look at that knight, it's not just the fact that it's under attack and it's unprotected, but it's also very immobile, because where does this knight have any safe squares? Maybe you could say that h6 for the moment is a safe square, but if the knight arrives there, we can hit it again with king g7 or maybe bishop g7, and then of course the knight cannot retreat to g4, where it is currently also unprotected. So what black simply is threatening here is either f5, this move, or h5, really putting the question to the knight and achieving a winning position if he were able to attack that knight once more. So probably white is forced here to play h3 and create an escape square for the knight. Sorry. But now after f5 and the knight indeed going to the edge of the board, unfortunately but necessary, black plays e5, and boy oh boy does he have an impressive center, you know, and he also has the two bishops, so this is a very significant advantage for black, and probably an even bigger advantage than the other line where he would just win only one pawn. Here also white's position is very cramped. The knights don't really have any good maneuvering possibilities, so I would even consider black's winning chances greater here than in the other line. So, well, I think that ends the discussion of position number 6. Knight e5 was the move that could be falsified. And we took a look at bishop e5, but if we just quickly go back there, then for instance black could play something like, I don't know, many moves are possible. Queen b6, and now white could continue with queen e2. But white at the moment doesn't really have any weaknesses. Now technically speaking, the bishop on e5 is a target because it can be hit by a piece of lesser value, namely the knight on d7, right? But it's only one target, and of course as soon as this happens, white could even simply decide to exchange that bishop for black's fianchetto bishop on g7, thereby maybe weakening black's king side a little bit. So in this case white is not really in danger of getting hurt on the spots where he is weakest. Of course there's also this unprotected pawn on c2 to be completely complete. But we cannot see how black can hurt white over there. Okay, enough said about this position. Let's go to number 7. Here it is. Okay, so again I have a question for you. It is black to move, and we can see that his knight is under attack by white's g-pawn. So I'm giving you the choice of two moves. Would you play knight e8 here, or rather knight h5? Please leave your comments on YouTube, like and subscribe as well if you want to. And if you want to know more about me, just take a look at my website, betteryourchess.com. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.